Welcome back, friends. We have come a long way from the button mobile phones, which are now known as dumb phones, to what is known as smartphones. Imagine one day you and your friend are having a heated conversation about what is better, samosa or vada pav. And when you go home, open your phone and scroll through your Instagram feed, you happen to see this ad.
ये मुसाबाई काढा ये बस क्या ये आलेला फोन क्या
What would be the first reaction when you see such an ad?
What a coincidence.
The thing about the story is that even though it might seem imaginary, it is in fact a real experiment wherein I and my friend tried to see that whether we would get this two words in our feed if we talk about it continuously. And the result was clear and evident, also shocking. A similar experiment was done by a couple 6 years ago, wherein they tried to explain to their phone, keeping their phone on the table, they were speaking about the word cat food.
Alright, so all day we are going to be talking about cat food.
Even though they don't have cats in their house, neither have they ever googled or searched anywhere for cat food. And the results were shocking. Within 2 days of this experiment, they were able to find an advertisement on Facebook regarding cat food.
We've never talked about cat food at any point before this. We've never typed it out through social media, Facebook, Instagram. We've never looked it up online. We haven't had cats in 20 years.
Surprising, isn't it? Another such example is of parents who named their child Hartins.
Harton is my wife's grandmother's maiden name.
In short, her mother used to call the baby Hart. And just within few days, they saw an advertisement on Facebook of the band Hearts.
Well, my wife just showed me the phone, which was her Facebook feed, and she told me the story of how she calls Harton Hart. And so she's always, "Hey Hart, how are you? We love you, Hart." And then she started getting some ads on Facebook for the band Heart.
And that, my friends, is too much of coincidence. Has something similar happened with you before, wherein you have a conversation with your friends or relatives about some topic, and within a day or two happen to see an ad with respect to the similar topic on Facebook, Instagram, etc.? If so, stay tuned to this video and you will be able to know why exactly such a thing happens and whether or not should you be concerned about it.
My phone is spying on me. My phone is listening to my conversations.
Like, this is creepy.
I was like, man, I really want some beer. And won't you know it? I got an ad for a beer company. Not one, but you guessed it, two.
फेसबुक तो हमको पता था लाइक काफ़ी ज़्यादा डेटा लेती है, लेकिन मेरे को ये नहीं पता था कि हमारी वॉइस का भी सारा डेटा वो लेती रहती है. तो ये तो लिटरली वॉइस टेपिंग वाली बात होगी. कोई हमारी बिना परमिशन के सारा हमारी बातें सुनता रहता है, सारी चीज़ें रिकॉर्ड करता है, अपने सर्वर्स पे भी सेंड करता है. और ऐसा बहुत सारी बड़ी कंपनीज भी कर रही हैं. तो यार ये इलीगल डेफिनेटली होना चाहिए, या फिर इस पर कोई साइबर लॉज तो बनने ही चाहिए.
I'm sure there is someone who is listening right now, even right now.
For years, though, the big tech companies have denied this is happening.
Yes or no, does Facebook use audio obtained from mobile devices to enrich personal information about its users?
No.
And still the conspiracies rage.
According to some of the experts and employees of companies like Facebook, people believe that the algorithms these companies are using are so sophisticated that it sometimes feels as if these phones are listening.
Yes or no, does Facebook use audio obtained from mobile devices to enrich personal information about its users?
No. Well, Senator, let me be clear on this. So you're talking about this conspiracy theory that gets passed around that we listen to what's going on your microphone and use that for ads.
Right.
We don't do that.
That is, as Mark Zuckerberg said, they aren't actually making use of the microphone. In fact, their algorithms are collecting data in such a way that it feels that Facebook is listening to you at all times. For example, it collects data that you give permission to Facebook for collecting. Also, it tracks your location, your network, and your time zone. These help Facebook create an ID with respect to each and every user. For example, you and your friend visit a supermarket or a restaurant. There, you will be able to see that you are interested into a certain product for which you are visiting the restaurant. And that's the reason why you might see an ad of the same product in future, even if you did not buy it. Another reason could be when you come close with your friends and say your friend is also a mutual friend on Facebook. Then what happens is that if you both are of the same age and come in contact with each other, then your Wi-Fi or network and location might match, giving Facebook the hint that you were at the same place at the same time. Therefore, there is a possible interaction that could have happened between you both, due to which the interests might be shared between each other. Therefore, the interests, depending upon the interests of your friend, you might receive certain ads in your phone. Another feature through which Facebook nurtures its ads is through likes and comments that you make on Facebook. For example, you are interacting with a post on Facebook. It would let Facebook know that you have shown interest in it and would show you similar posts in future. Imagine your friends are also interacting by liking and sharing a post. And if you both have similar interest, Facebook would share the same content to you as well. Speaking of big companies, have you ever wondered how the smart assistants in our phone like Siri, Google Assistant or Alexa trigger when we say the wake words? How do they know that when are we going to use those words in our sentence, after which they respond to us? For example, if you have an Android phone, you probably have Google Assistant in it. And if you say the word OK Google, then it triggers the Google Assistant, which starts to respond to you, and also it records whatever you are saying. And the recording part starts after you use the wake word. A possible explanation of how this works is that the Google Assistant is listening to you at all times, but it only records after you use the wake word. And the sentences that you use after using the wake words is visible to you in the application. Also, the response that is generated by the smart assistant is also available on the app. This proves that definitely Google has recorded whatever you have said to it for training purposes. But if it is using the data that is spoken before we use the wake word, then that would be probably very illegal and not a right thing to do on a company's part. Hence, a company would avoid doing such a thing. Now, you might think that, but bro, sometimes what happens is I just think about something and the same thing appears in my ads in the feed section of Facebook or Instagram. Why is that? Why does that happen? Or why is it that every time we speak about something, only then we see the ads on Facebook about the similar topic? The reason can be quite simple. But for that, we need to understand that does anything else come into the picture?
Human behavior के बारे में उस दिन हमने कुछ जाना.
Have you ever heard of something known as the Bieder-Meinhof phenomenon? If not, here's a simple example to explain you exactly what it is. For example, if you are looking to buy a new car and you buy it, after a few days or months, you start to see the same car, same model everywhere around you. Was it that this car wasn't there before? In reality, the car was actually present before as well, but you weren't able to notice it. Now that you have purchased this car and showed interest in it, you tend to notice this car more often. And this phenomenon, in the terms of psychology, is known as the Bieder-Meinhof phenomenon. Now you might feel like, but bro, इसका मेरे problem से क्या connection है? And the reality is, connection है, बहुत बड़ा connection है. For example, if we take the example of Shok from TechBurner, then he did a similar experiment, wherein he tried to test a word and repeatedly spoke it in front of its phone.
तो इस वीडियो में मैंने सोचा अपने फ़ोन को पास रख के इस टॉपिक के बारे में बात करेंगे. इस टॉपिक के बारे में इसलिए क्योंकि लाइक ये हल्का सा ऑफ टॉपिक है और मैं इन चीज़ों के बारे में बिल्कुल कभी सर्च नहीं करता हूँ.
What he found is that the ads regarding that word came up more often in his feed on Facebook.
ये भी आप देख सकते हैं किसी की शादी की फोटो है तो लाइक मेरे को जितने भी पोस्ट के सजेशंस आ रहे हैं आप बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ गए हैं. लाइक अगर वो शादी से रिलेटेड है या फिर कोई ऐसा कोई इन्वायरमेंट हो जिसमें लाइक शादी से कुछ भी रिलेटेड हो ऐसी चीज़ें.
Now, what happened in this situation was that he didn't realize that before starting this test, there were few posts which were related to that topic, but he overlooked it.
तो भी आप देख सकते हैं कि मैं ऑलमोस्ट 30 पोस्ट के अराउंड स्क्रॉल कर चुका हूँ, 35 पोस्ट, 50 तक हम इसको लेके जाते हैं, थोड़ा बहुत और स्क्रॉल करके देख लेते हैं और हमको अंदाज़ा लग जाएगा लाइक कितने पोस्ट आ रहे हैं हमारे टॉपिक से रिलेटेड। अभी तो एक भी पोस्ट नहीं आया है जिस चीज़ के बारे में हम बात कर रहे थे उस चीज़ के बारे में। अच्छा, तो हमने काफ़ी ज़्यादा स्क्रॉल कर चुके हैं वैसे भी।
Wait a minute.
वो देखो
समझ रहे हो आप?
And this is due to the concept of psychology. Now, this might sound like a bit of relief for us, but what we must be concerned about is that Facebook has access to our off-Facebook activity as well. So, for example, if Facebook is not tracking our mic and is not listening to us or our conversations, then there might be other third-party applications on your phone which can do so, or which are designed to record your conversations and store the data. Facebook or other big companies can use this data to nurture their ads. But what is more dangerous is that this data might not be something you want to reveal. Also, that is the same reason why some secret agencies would like their employees to delete such social media applications such as Facebook from their phone, because they don't want their employees' data to get exposed. And therefore, these accounts on social media, in fact, the entire social media application is deleted from their phone. The good part or benefit of tracking this data or tracking someone's phone would be that applications such as Facebook, if it is installed on your phone, your latest location can be tracked, which can be used to track down terrorists and eliminate them using drone strikes with exact precision, avoiding any casualties. We must be the owners of our own data and should be able to decide on what use should our data be put, so that it is used only for our benefits, because the level at which these Facebook ads are targeting the users for according to their interests is very alarming. It feels as if Facebook is listening to us in real time. That is the same reason why you must deny any unnecessary permissions that you have given such applications in order to make a safe environment for you and your fellow beings. Thank you very much.